Jason Logan here at the RBC Canadian Open at Hamilton Golf and Country Club. And as you see, my normal partner Bob Weeks is away today, so happy to be joined by Canadian press reporter Chris Johnston. And Chris, let's start off the top with the leader Robert Garrigus, a PGA Tour winner, but not a marquee name and probably a name that some people aren't familiar with, but maybe a guy that if they got the chance to get to know him, they would like him quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, this guy really has been a breath of fresh air, I think, from my opinion. And watching him walk around Hamilton Golf and Country Club here, sort of talking to the fans, talking to volunteers. And this is during his round. I mean, you'd have no clue that this guy's only made one bogey in 3 competitive rounds and is on top of this tournament. Has a chance to win his second PGA Tour event here. And, you know, he's really been, the kind of thing you look for in a champion, I think, certainly from the ambassador level. And something maybe we can relate to a few years ago in Memphis, where people, if they do remember him, might remember he made a triple bogey when he had a 3-shot lead, ended up losing to Lee Westwood in a playoff, and was kind of a defining moment in his career. And I think be interesting. This is the second time he's had a 54-hole lead, to see what happens.
Says he's changed a lot from Memphis over the years, and he'll be playing with a guy that's looking to get that first win, a friend of his, William McGirt. How do you see that dynamic playing out tomorrow?
Well, they certainly seemed to have some fun today in terms of just joking with each other and really making it seem like it was just any old Saturday round rather than one at a PGA Tour event where, you know, for William McGirt, this was his first time in the final pairing of a PGA Tour event on the weekend. So I think he handled himself quite well on Saturday. I mean, it'll be a little different on Sunday when they're seeing these leaderboards here as they get towards the back 9. But I think that's a comfortable pairing for both, and there's a good chance a winner comes out of that group.
There is a good chance, but it's not entirely a two-man race. Who else in the top 10 do you see has a chance to come up and snag this thing?
Well, I see it coming from one of the 6 players within 4 shots of the lead. I mean, yes, there have been a lot of birdies around this course, but, you know, I think other people are probably too far back unless, you know, a 59 or something that we can't really forecast comes. And, you know, Pelt is someone I know that you picked early in the week as someone who can make some noise here. And I think he's kind of been below the radar, but I think he might be someone with his experience. He was a 3rd-round leader a year ago at the Canadian Open. I think could be someone who comes up and, you know, nips these guys maybe.
And lastly, the Canadians kind of treaded water here today. 5 of them made the cut. They're all going to go out early, and there'll be a battle amongst those because they're fighting for Low Canadian. They'll get the Rivermead Trophy, whoever wins that. Dillette and Hearn on top. Do you see it being one of those 2 guys that takes home Low Canadian honors?
I think it'll be one of them, obviously, because, you know, both of these guys have a lot of experience playing the PGA Tour events. You know, amateur Alvin Choi has done an excellent job this week, I think, of handling the situation, but it's just his 2nd tournament. And, you know, I think it would be one of Graham or David there taking that trophy. And I think this is actually highlights one reason. I mean, there's not really a lot of play for these guys. I mean, Graham Dillette said that himself after this round, but a couple years ago when they did dust off that Rivermead Trophy and bring it back, because it does give them something, you know, I think it's a little bit of a, you know, something to put on the resume, and it gives them a little juice heading in the 4th round. And
lastly, one of the other stories here, all week it's been rain in the forecast overnight. Clear skies here at Hamilton Golf and Country Club. Clear forecast overnight. This course will firm up, and maybe, just maybe, we won't reach 20 under par at the RBC Canadian Open.